This is the formula.
You know,
This is
you
the
look.
Formula 1.
Hello. For those of you who haven't listened to the Will I Am Formula 1 song,
Don't.
you're lucky. But also, welcome back to Shrimp Hours episode 43. I think.
For Richard.
Usually someone checks me on this, but everyone's dead today. But I'm still here. I'm DriveThrough. Ben's here. Rusty's here. And for the very first time, CMR's here.
Seamer.
Hi, howdy. How are we?
All right, CMR.
Big Chiefs fan.
Yeah, big Chiefs fan. Who are you and what do you do?
Who am I? Well, I'm friend of Eddie Soundheady, co-founder of Soundhead Entertainment.
You're a friend of us too. Hold on.
Friend and fan, and well, yeah, of course.
He dropped the big one, really.
Of course. He's the guy. He's the goat. That's why he's the goat.
He's the GOAT. He's also not in this show. He's dead.
He's also dead. And this is the last episode of the show. So.
Yep, it is. You'll notice Cody's also dead. Slap's also dead. He's fresh out of hernia surgery, but I know we've started the last few podcasts with like a Slap's hernia update. He actually sent in a video. So we get live from his couch. We get Slap shoes.
Crazy ass moments.
Today on Slap's Crazy Ass Moments, hernia update. After 3 days, I've finally been able to take a shit, so that's great. The doctor, I called them up and I was like, "Hey, it's been 3 days and nothing's been going through." And they're like, "That might be normal, but have you been like sitting at your computer like an upright position?" I was like, "Yeah, you didn't say not to do that." I was like, "Yeah, you need to be in a reclined position. We thought you'd be in like a recliner or something," which I don't know why they thought that, but I mean, who the hell owns a recliner anymore? But yeah, they're like, yeah, just lay down on the couch, take a laxative, and yeah, after like 6 hours, like immediately passed something. And
Was that a can of meat right there?
Cats, everyone taking a liking to. Isn't that right, old cat boy? Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, those are my boxers because they said I had the wrong boxers on. They said you need to get boxers that have like a pouch or a place to like keep your boys in position because if you don't, and you can just have like loose fitting boxers, they'll hang and like stuff will settle into your scrotum. Yeah, I don't want to do that. So yeah, I got like actual like Hanes mesh
Got some
boxer
tidy whities
briefs that have a ball pouch now. So yeah, that Slap's hernia update. Had a surgery, 3 days removed from surgery, and doing better. I can get around, I can move, but yeah, they're probably not going to be at the track anytime soon. So there it is.
Dude, I had Slap for like an update. I want to know how he's doing, and all he does is send a video about him taking his first poo in 3 days and his ball pouch. So shout out to Slap. Stuck on the couch for a little bit. Hopefully we'll get him back here next week.
Oh yeah. Hey, he's better be up and ready by Saturday.
Oh yeah.
What happens on Saturday?
UFC, baby.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, UFC Charlotte. Yeah, we're all meeting up. It's a bright and early show, a 2 p.m. start, or at least the main card. So we got to be in the arena at like 9.
Yeah,
or
the
something.
prelims start at like 10, and my flight lands at 10. So Slap's going to be hurrying up, picking me up, and we're going straight to the arena.
How much were seats for 9 a.m. UFC?
I think we paid $120.
Oh, each?
Believe so.
Oh my god. Are you gonna fill that arena at 9 in the morning?
Not at 9 in the morning.
All right, I guess by 2 p.m. on a Saturday, sure.
Well, we went into this thinking it would be like a 10 p.m. show, so we'd have a little bit of fun before going in. But now it's like right off the airplanes, like right off the tarmac into the arena, like so. It's gonna be interesting.
All right, y'all have fun. Let me know how it goes. Usually we start off the show with a segment called NASCAR Sucks. But apparently it was actually good this week.
It was good.
But I wouldn't know. I wasn't there. CMR was there though.
I was in fact there. Yes.
How was it?
It was a great show. I was honestly kind of surprised as how smoothly it was running for most of it. I mean, there's some cautions that kind of surprised me, but overall it was a solid race. 39 lead changes, I think, the most at that track.
So for all the races you've been going to Kansas, what did this like atmosphere feel like compared to like the previous ones? Because usually it's typically cold in May, and this was like a primetime summer event. It felt like it was like a nostalgic event. Yeah,
it was bright, warm, really warm. But the atmosphere was good. The people were good. I can't really think of too many, crazy interactions or anything.
That's good.
Off, out of the ordinary.
Yeah, Kansas is wholesome. It's like a family event. It's different. You can feel it when you walk in. Yeah.
Yeah, close-knit community.
Hell yeah. Whereabouts are you sitting?
My section was 143, so it was a ways down from the start-finish line.
Towards turn 1 or 4?
Yeah, turn 1.
Yeah, like that's my favorite spot.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I didn't get a chance to watch the race, but I'm sad actually.
Dude,
it was a good one.
Right off the bat, you could tell something was in the air. Like they had like some full sends, and then Larson gets spun, and it's just shenanigans like the whole rest of the way with like tires, wheels falling off, whatever.
Yeah, dudes were self-spinning. We got 2 wheels falling off. Like it was like a last year next gen race. Like it was good.
And then the finish was an absolute banger because Denny is just slowly reeling in Larson, and Larson's like hanging it out sideways right on the top of the wall, just kissing it a little bit. Like such a good. That's what NASCAR should be. That was so good.
Ooh, yeah, I saw a replay of the finish. It looked like a hell of a time.
Yeah, Rusty, you want to talk about your boy?
Oh, well, yeah, okay. I mean, this might sound a little biased.
Oh,
but
Gregson.
I feel like NASCAR needs to cut him a check because people have been talking for a couple years, like, what are we going to do about Ross? And nobody's ever done anything. And now NASCAR has, with their social content, like they got cameras, microphones everywhere, 30 different angles from this fight. It almost feels like it was a setup, if you know what I mean? Because the original video.
Yeah, right, that start of that video, he's just standing there. And then, all right, we're rolling. All right, go ahead and start rocking to him.
Yeah, and security was like right there lurking. It was like a UFC press conference or something. Like, I know it was a real deal, but like it felt set up to some extent. But like
set up.
The thing that makes me excited as a fan is like all these people hate that man, which is fun. 50-50, even with Denny or Ross, it's the way it should be. But all these people hate on this man. They should thank him. That's the only thing we're talking about right now. Like he was doing it in Xfinity last year, and now he's doing it in the Cup level. Nobody has made Cup interesting for years. I mean, we get some things here and there, but like, it's unfortunate Noah runs 35th every week. But I just feel like some people got to quit hating and say, you know what? Thank you for making the sport interesting.
We'll see if that changes with the switch to Toyota. With what Denny is talking about on his podcast, it seems like they're still going to be more independent. So it sounds like they're really just getting engines from Toyota and not really getting any help anywhere else.
Yep.
So I think they're still going to be a mid-20s team.
Dude, they've been ass this year. It's been tough.
They've been bad.
Motorcycle Club.
One of the cool things I want to bring up, I don't know if everybody caught it on social or through podcasts, but apparently Noah confronted Ross Chastain on the airplane after Talladega. Yep. So that was a really juicy bit of information that there was like preemptive beef leading into this fight. So I think Ross knew, and the credit to Ross, the coolest thing ever, he reached down and grabbed Noah's hand when he was like cocking it back. Like that was like he knew. So now it's like when you come,
it seems like Chastain has experience. It's like we've never seen this out of him.
Yeah, dude.
I did enjoy
he catches the hand and throws the first punch. That's wild.
I did enjoy the shot of the first punch landing and Noah's bowl cut going flicking up in the air.
What a terrible week to have that bowl cut.
Yeah, I know.
All over social.
He
getting punched in the face.
Right in the middle of his all-star like campaign he's got going on for Wilkesboro. Like, come on.
Yeah.
All right,
but
NASCAR's back.
It's what you want out of a NASCAR race.
Yeah. good competition than a fight. Like, hell yeah, that's like Martinsville. Like, that's what we
especially
need. Especially
when you get a race weekend where it coincided like exactly with the F1 race, timing wise, to just kind of dunk on them, because F1 was super boring. That's what I was busy watching, and it wasn't great.
But one thing to note about F1 is like F1 started 30 minutes after NASCAR started, and then it seemed like it was over, and NASCAR wasn't even halfway through.
God, that's what I hate about NASCAR races. That they're 4 hours long.
Like, you need to keep the 600, you need to keep the 500. There might be another race that needs to be like the Southern 500 that you need
everything
to
else
keep.
is way too long.
But everything else is way too long. You need to have one day where you have trucks in the morning, Xfinity midday, and have Cup in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Make that your weekday. That way people are getting more for their bang for their buck. They're not going to be bitching about how short the race is. And you get
have time for practice too. Wow. Imagine that.
You can do all that on Saturday. Like, that's like for Australian V8 supercars, for $7, you're able to see not only the V8 supercars, you get to see the Utes, you got to see their own version of the legend cars. You get to see the
classic
cars,
the 70s cars.
Yeah.
You get Super 2 and Super 3.
Super 2 and Super 3. Like, and all that's happening on Saturday and Sunday. They do 2 races. So I think NASCAR can really learn from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big supporter of truck and Xfinity on Saturday with Cup happy hour on Saturday. That's a banger of a ticket. Like,
yeah. And
I want it all on Sunday.
Will show up. All right. We gotta go to Drip or Drown real quick. I don't want to do a full like Darlington review because so many things have been released. So I just have like a little taster selection. Ideally I want to do like a tier list video if we get like Caleb in here and like we can talk some shit and like actually rank these guys. So I've just got like a sort of drip. Okay, I'll let you guys decide. Do you want me to start with the drip and go to the drown, or do you want me to start with the drown and go to the drip?
Just up, baby.
Let's start with like the talk shit section with that number 4 card.
Okay, yeah, you know that's the bottom of the list right now. Okay,
there we go.
Kevin Harvick in his last season, NASCAR champion, one of the like arguably 25 best drivers of all time. It's his last year. He's running his throwback, and it's supposedly a throwback to a car that he never raced in completely different colors with a different sponsor. It's it's embarrassing. It's like really bad. I mean, there's some bad final year throwbacks, like the Jimmy Johnson like split kid car. That was pretty horrible. That was pretty sad. But like putting a legend in his last Darlington race in whatever this Sunny D car is, and then just saying, oh, it's like the AOL car that he was scheduled to drive before he never did, and nobody associates this car with Kevin Harvick ever. That's not a throwback. That's not special. It's stupid.
I will say this: the car does look good.
Yeah.
But it's not a throwback. Like, yes, it has like some design points of it, but he never ran this car. Dale died, and he was put in the 29.
All anybody wants to see is a number 4 Kevin Harvick throwback, black with the silver thing on the side and the red numbers, like the car that everyone knows him, like that he's known for.
No, you put him in the white car.
Well, no, they're doing that already for Wilkesboro.
Oh, I guess that's true.
So put him in the black one with the silver thing on the side.
Right.
That's Kevin Harvick. That is... well, they better do that for his last race or something.
If he doesn't do that at Phoenix, it's a travesty. Like, this guy has so much history. He's got to run that car.
Listen, I know like Sunny D will want to switch the colors. They wanted their orange and yellow or whatever, which is why it's not blue like the original car was. I don't care. Whoever like at marketing or upper management or whoever let this happen, this is embarrassing. Like you don't disrespect Kevin Harvick like that. Put him in this crap called a throwback.
Yeah, he's already in the
yeah.
He's already in the Stuart Haas car.
I don't get it. Stuart Haas, I mean, we'll be talking about them later because they have some of the best throwbacks, and then they have this. Anyway.
I think on paper it was a cool idea, but then in execution, I feel like
horrible.
This sponsor might have stepped in last second and cut the check. Like, I just feel like they might have had different vision. Like, because we've seen from like other people that have appeared in the podcast, like some conversations start and then they just fade away. So you never know how this one went.
Right.
Either way, they didn't do him justice.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's cool that he's running the 29 at Wilkesboro, but I hope they don't, fail him and not ever run a true throwback to what he's really known for.
As long as they don't 2311 it.
Yeah, and just mess it up. Okay, next up I've got a Dillon throwback. Dillon is racing in the RCR number 3 at Darlington.
What?
Does anyone know what this is a throwback to? No, nobody does.
No.
It's apparently a Martin Truex Jr. like 2002 throwback because he raced a car with Ferris on it.
What?
That looks nothing like that car.
But they added grass all around it and they made the design tiny.
But the grass is wrong.
Yeah. It literally looks like they took the Jeffrey Earnhardt Forever lawn grass and then just kind of slapped it on here and said, Ferris
know what
mowers.
That car reminds me of? There's a car in NASCAR Racing 2. It's a fake car that has grass like that on the quarter panels. I'm going to have to see if I can find it.
Anyway, this is just one of those, like, the sponsor really wanted something and it was executed poorly and no one cares. And they didn't put this graphic with the Truex car up until today. Yesterday, they just showed this picture of the car and everyone on Twitter was just like, what is this? Like,
well, I completely missed this. They're bringing back the 3 and I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. And then they're putting him in this. It's like, oh, it's Dillon. Dillon's in the 3 again. And yeah, whatever. All right, next up. There's 2 cars in the Cup race running the exact same throwback, which is hilarious to me. It's Dale Jarrett UPS 2004, I believe. And it's kind of funny because Trackhouse announced it with this Ross Chastain thing, and they say, hey guys, Worldwide Express, who's a Trackhouse sponsor, is an authorized reseller for UPS, so we got the UPS logo on the hood and it's the old style UPS logo, and everyone's like, cool. And then JTG Doherty was like, we're also running that throwback, guys, and it's got a freaking grilled cheese on the side of it. It says Happy Mother's Day.
I never noticed that.
It's sponsored by Country Crock, which I definitely didn't read correctly at first. Yeah, and it's just, I mean,
one thing I want to point out about the Ross Chastain car, I think it was on DBC. They said, or they pointed this out, how cool it is that Denny Hamlin's former rival is driving a rival company, and but I guess now they've kissed and made up. So it's the juiciness of the competing brands isn't there. But I thought that was a good thing to point out, that they got UPS back to go back with the rivalry against FedEx, because that was a thing back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, it's not corporate UPS, it's just like a Worldwide Express thing. But yeah, I do enjoy stuff like this where brands will kind of like bring out an alternate branding kind of thing for a throwback. Like I praised Daniel Suarez, I forget if it was last year, no, it must have been a couple years ago, when they brought back Aris modems instead of CommScope specifically for a throwback. And that's cool that Worldwide Express is bringing back UPS specifically for this throwback. Next up, Chase Briscoe is running a sprint car throwback to a Tony Stewart cool looking sprint car, cool looking flames. I like it. Cool looking car. That's all.
Yeah, it looks good.
I don't actually know much about the original car, but I'm sure it's cool. Apparently it's a 2000 Turkey Night Grand Prix.
All right.
Sounds tasty. Okay. RCR did a great job with the cars that weren't driven by Dillon. On the Xfinity side of things, Creed is running AC Delco throwback with the 2, like, it looks great. It's perfect. And Austin Hill's running a they're both Kevin Harvick cars, but he's running the Coast Guard 21. So they actually got the 2 and the 21 lined up like the old RCR cars that Kevin Harvick drove. Looks great. They even did up the like Bennett and the Wheelin logos with it has the AC Delco like check thing underneath it. The numbers are correct. Great, big fan.
Hey,
both dribs.
Austin Creed's winning his first career Xfinity race, Darlington.
Who's Austin Creed?
Oh my God, I was thinking of Austin. We
got Austin Hill and Sheldon.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. Just all right.
More of a Sheldon Hill guy myself.
Fuck. Austin.
Okay, I got 2 more cars to show you. Another Stuart Haas dub. Eric Almirola is running the baseball car throwback that Dale Jr. won the 2001 Daytona Pepsi race, famously in a definitely legal race car, with the baseball dude on the side and the stitching, and they did a good job of it. I don't know why Dale had a runner back in the day and they put a pitcher on the Smithfield car.
Hey, can I hate on this for a split second? I know this is probably a show car. Look at the nose of this car with the wrap. I just have to point that out.
What do you mean?
With the baseball stitching. It's
That's
like
not
angled.
bad.
Oh my God, it's angled.
It's not great, but it's not. Yeah, all right.
All right. I'm being nitpicky.
We'll see how it looks on track. But they got it in a baseball stadium, which is kind of cool. I don't know where this is, but
that's always cool.
Yeah, cool activations. We love to see it. With this like show car looking thing. Okay, last one, and I've saved the best for last. Stuart Haas, congratulations. You have both the worst throwback and the best throwback, because Riley Herbst is running a Ken Block Gymkhana 3 throwback, and it's perfect. It's so good. And this is the first time that Monster Energy has run something other than plain black in as far as I can remember.
Say that again. Say it again.
And
Shout
everybody loves it. Look at how good this is. He's got the orange numbers like Ken Block did. He even has the little like splash on it. The drip is perfect. The Monster logo is perfect. The stripes on the hood. Oh man, I cannot wait to see pictures of this car on the racetrack. I know this is like expensive and out of the question, but like literally the only note I can have is if they put green wheels on this thing, but I know it's not worth painting up a bunch of wheels just for that.
Paint them up.
But the Ken Block Gymkhana 3 is also like one of his most iconic ones on that French test track when he goes drifting up and down the banking, and it's sick. And they did such a good, like literally better than I could imagine. So this blew me away today in all the best ways. So shout out to Stuart Haas. You've sandwiched all of the throwbacks that I want to talk about with absolute garbage to, redemption, really.
If you click on the stream I just put up, I found the car. It's going to look weird. That's the car I was thinking of.
Did you fire up the game to find this?
Yes.
The grass car. It actually looks a lot like it.
That's what it reminds me of. It even has the red and black on there.
Yeah. For a fake grass clipping car. Wow.
Shout out to that description of they do make the show. A DNF is the norm.
Yeah, we'll see about that for Ty Dillon. Shout out to, what game is this? NASCAR Racing 99?
Yeah, it's really NASCAR Racing 2, though.
Sure.
But, yeah.
All right, that was your hefty dripper drown this week.
Who wants to see a young... what's the...
Are we doing more visual bits?
Yeah.
Just scrolling through the drivers on this game.
Look at Jeff Burton right there.
Oh no, go back to that Jeff Burton car. Harrison's doing a throwback to that.
Yeah.
No foil, but same design. Looks good.
We don't have a throwback to Elliot's scheme, but we have a throwback to Elliot.
Do we?
I thought he was running the Dodge 9.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Chase Elliott.
Chase, yeah.
Wait, what? I didn't see this. Hold on.
Oh, look at Ken Schrader.
Would it be on Chase's Twitter?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I didn't know he was actually running a Oh, this is it. God damn it! I hate social media. They posted it as a
It's a video.
and not
Hendrick
as a.
does that.
God damn! Like just post pictures. Oh.
Yeah.
Dude, they got the 9, DT. They got the 9.
That's pretty sick. I didn't realize Chase Elliott's running a full Evernham 9 in pure red. Why? I don't know why it says Happy Mother's Day on the side, but like almost as bigger
weird.
than the sponsor. What the hell? It's the first Lumar window film car that has looked actually complete.
Facts.
That's pretty sick. Easy throwback to do, I guess. It's just a plain ass red car, but it works because you got the number.
Hey, it's hot. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. All right, shout out to Chase Elliott. I did not see that. I guess that was 3 days ago. I was probably out on the bike. All right. I want to do a real quick what's Twitter doing? Because I'm sure you've seen this. This has been doing the rounds. Someone at the Miami Grand Prix took a picture of the menu for the food within the like exclusive hospitality zone, which is inside the Hard Rock Stadium. The Dolphins football field. They set up a bunch of fancy ass buildings for all the like crazy VIP guests to check it out.
This be new to me. I haven't seen it.
And they posted a picture of the menu where you can buy a watermelon and tomatillo salad for $250.
What the fuck?
Would you like some U5 chilled prawn? $500. I mean, it says it serves 4 people, so
That's ridiculous.
I hope 4 real big people.
Like one thing I like about the Masters is like you spend $5,000 to however much on Masters tickets, but the menu is dirt cheap. You can buy like a burger for $2 or anything like that because you already spent your money on the ticket that should be paying for everything.
The fruit platter is $295.
Like, this is ridiculous. Like, can you think of how much they spent on a ticket and then they get greeted with this menu?
But the good news is, you can add 1 ounce of caviar to any item for only $400.
Wow, what a bargain.
And then also, they posted the drink menu. So you can get a bottle of Tito's for $560.
Slap.
Imagine spending
$40.
Imagine spending $560 on Crown Royal.
This is boss.
$560 for Jack Daniel.
Do you think anyone bought the $12,000 tequila?
Yes.
Like you're just
Probably
like
a flash. Yeah.
Yeah, just to flex. Like this is just flex money.
Dude, but look at, so I bitch about a $16 16-ounce beer at the track. It's $50 for a Heineken beer. That's insane.
You can get a Heineken 0.0 for $40.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Slap would love that.
Might as well buy a water instead. Save half the cost.
For $25.
Oh my god.
I'd rather drown myself in the fake marina.
Dive head first.
Yeah, go swimming in pavement. Yeah, shout out to the Miami Grand Prix. Got absolutely memed on.
That's crazy.
The Vegas one's, I think, going to be even wilder when we get there.
Like the Vegas one will be work, but at least like the Vegas track is on the strip. The Miami track is literally a parking lot around a football stadium. Because the city wouldn't let them put it anywhere else.
I'm excited for that Vegas race.
Yeah.
Like seeing those cars on the strip is going to be really
Do you know
cool.
what time the Vegas race is on?
Isn't it going to be at night?
Like it's 3 a.m. or something.
It's 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. Eastern. They're starting it stupidly like they're starting it at 10 p.m. on the West Coast.
They gotta.
Why?
Because it's night,
Vegas.
dude. You got to show Vegas at night. It's gonna be hot.
I know, but like if they started at like
the European market, the Europeans aren't going to be waking up at 2 a.m.
If they started 2 hours earlier, like 8 p.m., you get the sunset into the night. Why do they start it at 10? Like it's already dark.
It's once you see the visual, you're gonna be like, yes, this is F1.
I don't know if I will. I'm excited for like a new race, but I mean, yeah.
What are you talking about? You're up till 3 a.m. in Shrimpage all the time.
No, I'll be there. I'm not saying I won't be there. I'm just saying it's weird that they said it that way.
It is weird.
And that you can pay $500 to go into a beer garden beside the track where you can't see any of the race and you watch it on TV, but you can hear the cars, so it's $500.
Hey, that's cheaper than, what was it, like $10,000 I was saying for a seat, staring at a building.
Yeah. Even I'm looking at, I'm not like seriously browsing, but I'm looking at Montreal F1 stuff, and the cheapest price for like a 3-day pass is still like $400 to sit in some like shitty seat, and it's just
I think
like
the cheapest option right now for Formula One in the North America is Coda.
Yep, that's where I went a few years ago.
Yeah, but it's still like, I don't know. Yeah, it's way cooler to go to smaller races that are way cheaper and the action is usually better.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, time.
Yeah.
Ooh. Animal Planet is a segment where Cody usually goes to some dirt track and then tells us how it is. But he's dead this week. And apparently Kansas was well behaved.
The animal.
Yeah.
Mother Nature's been hating on Cody, so he's not too happy about it.
Well, and his boy lost a NASCAR race by hitting the wall and then turning across Denny's nose. Shout out. I guess he didn't really turn across his nose. He just kind of backed it up into it.
Do we have any Kansas animals?
No, not
Past
really.
years?
I mean, there was one guy that was screaming at the top of his lungs that Denny needs to do another line of coke.
An interesting one to get out there.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Other than that,
Shout out.
no, not really.
I went to the square. Was that last night? I guess it was last night. Watch the Leafs lose game 3 to the fucking Florida Panthers and go down 3-0 in the series. And pretty much watch us die.
Put that picture in there.
What picture?
The picture that you took from the bar. Because you were like right next to the stadium.
I don't know if I can. But yeah, one of my homies lives next to Scotiabank Arena, like a block away. And he's got a bar under his place where each table gets its own little TV. So we put the F1 race on, watched that, and then started the game there, and then went outside and watched the rest of the game in the square. I don't know if I can.
Can't copy and paste the photo in the general.
God damn it. Anyway, we're in the square. It was kind of cool. It was kind of like drizzling though. It was, but it wasn't popping as much as we thought it would be. There's kind of like 2 zones. There's like the primary zone for the crazy people that stand there all day, and then there's like the everyone else zone, which we were in. Let me drop a picture in here. It says it's been queued. Oh, Discord has to convert it to a JPEG. Okay, very cool. I shoot an HEIC on my phone. But yeah, here's our view of
yeah, that is cool.
Kind of near the front of the second zone. You can see the arena is like basically half a block away. And this is, I think, near the end of the third period. And then I think like 5 minutes into overtime, we got fucking scored on and just immediately turned around because we were near the back of this crowd, and it was just like, see the puck go in, turn around, we're out. It just immediately started walking out there. There was a dude next to us though. It's always funny the conversations you end up happening in here, because I mean everyone's just crazy ass Leaf fans. And this dude said he drove in from Burlington, which is like 2 hours down the road.
Oh no.
And for some reason, I don't know why, I think he was pissed about the Leafs, but he just really he really wanted to fight a security guard. Like, we're just sitting there watching the game, and he's like, I could take him all. Like, I could change this guy's life right now. And I'm like, all right, dude, like, cool. Because they did have a lot of security.
Your life too.
They expected bigger crowds, I guess. And it was kind of stupid, kind of a dumb system, because it's literally on a city street, but they like cordon it off, and to get in, you have to like go online and get a ticket for it.
What?
Because I guess they want to keep track of how many people are in there, but you can't get a ticket once the game starts. So you had to have gone online to sign up for a free ticket beforehand to get into a city block with fences around it and porta potties on one side. And this place, because it was drizzling and raining all day, this place was like almost half empty, like no space at all. And we'd been in the bar for the first few periods, and we're like, okay, we'll come out and watch the end out here. And the security dude at the gate is like, nah, dude, like, I'm sorry, if you don't have a ticket, like, you can't come in. And we're like, it's literally empty. Like, it's a city street and there's nobody here, and he's busting our balls. And I'm like, dude, like, we're just trying to watch the game. This is gonna be the end of our season, come on. And he just wouldn't let us in, and we're like, what the fuck? We go out, and there's two other guys who are there, and they're also complaining to this guy, like, dude, this is bullshit. Like, come on, what are we gonna do? We're gonna stand there. You can check our pockets or whatever, because they didn't want people bringing alcohol in or whatever. Like that, I understand. And then another security dude comes up, and he's like, come on. And he points to the other two guys that we were talking to. They go in, and we just follow him in. And they wouldn't let me bring my umbrella in, which was stupid. It's one of the like double folding ones I had earlier, because it was literally raining all day. I got soaked on my bike, but that's another story. And he's just like, nah, like, you can't bring that in. And I'm like, it's clearly an umbrella. I take the cover off. I'm like, I'm not like sneaking anything in. He's just like, nope. I'm like, can you hold on to it? He's like, nope. So we had to like go back out and like hide it in a bush or something. And it was there at the end, which I'm glad for. But we get into the thing, and we're like, you guys like know that security guard that let you in? And they're like, yeah, we talked to him like 5 minutes ago at the other end of the square, and these two dudes had been like gassing up this other security guard to try and get him to like invite them in. And I guess he was cool enough to actually do it and not be a weirdo like the other guy. Anyway, stupid story. I don't know why they go so extra for standing on the street and looking at a screen with other people. I don't know. It's just classic Toronto.
I was gonna say it's Toronto.
The city of Toronto, like, baby,
yeah.
animal.
Yeah. It's just so unnecessary. It's so stupid. And it's like, oh, I didn't sign up online yesterday, so I'm fucked, I guess. But anyway. Last Leafs game of the season tomorrow night. Tune in if you want to see it.
Nah. They're getting one. They're getting at least one, baby.
Not with our goalie dead.
What?
Yeah, he got injured in like the second period and all fell apart.
Pull someone off of the crap. What's the thing that cleans the ice?
Zamboni.
Yeah, it does the Zamboni driver. Suit him up, put him in front of the goal.
Calling David Ayers.
Yeah. But I want to bring up an animal.
Oh.
It is the Ford Motor Company. So, pretty much what happened was a couple weeks ago, my battery died in my car. Yeah. So battery was original. I have a 2016 Ford Fiesta, and the battery lasted 7 or 8 years. So it's pretty good for right out of the factory.
Yeah.
So good ozone, replace the battery, and start up the car. Everything seems good except for I'm getting transmission needs service light on the hood.
Ooh.
Or on the dash.
Those transmissions are notorious, by the way.
Exactly. And so I start driving, and realize that it is in limp mode, which means it's only shifting at 3,500 RPM. So when I'm trying to cruise down the city streets at 40 miles an hour, the gauge is pegged at like 3,400 RPM, and I can't shift into it. So I'm just going down the street going. But anyways, take it to the dealer. And before this, I did look it up, and it's a known issue with Fiestas and Focuses, and it's really the same part that all the recalls are about on those transmissions. The TCM failed. The DPS6 TCM. Well, take it there. They think it's as simple as reprogramming it because they've seen this before. Give me a call back. Nope, it's fried, and it's going to be $1,100.
Oh.
And yeah, that recall you read about, you're 1 year too late on that year range. We looked up your VIN number, and I have a thing written down because I was going to make a video on this bitching about it. I might make a quick video of me bitching about this issue because like it's stupid. The recall goes from cars that were made up to November 2015. My car was made in May of 2016, and it's
the same problem.
Exact part as the recalls before it. Yet I'm the one that's stuck footing the bill for $1,100, where people that have Fiestas and Focuses before that get off scot-free. They can get a refund.
Damn.
For 10 years. So
I got your ass.
Yep. So I paid the $1,100, and I submitted a vehicle complaints form at the NHTSA.
All right.
I did call Ford to see if I could get any kind of refund, and they submitted a ticket.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Whatever the fuck that means.
Yeah, they need.
And I look further, and there is now a new lawsuit out for Ford Fiestas and Focuses from 2017 to 2019 over the same goddamn part.
The year after yours?
Yep, 2017 to 2019.
Oh my god.
And 2019 is the last year of the Focus and Fiesta, I believe.
Yeah.
So,
and Ford stopped making cars in this country.
Yep. So if you're thinking about buying a Focus or Fiesta, make sure it's manual. And
those are the best ones. I speak from experience.
And if you have a Focus or Fiesta from any of the years, when you're changing your battery, just fucking take it to the dealer and have them change the battery for you.
Damn.
That's the connection I was struggling to figure out. How did the battery replacement just... I don't know.
It's known that whenever you unplug the power to the entire car and plug in a new battery, that that causes the TCM to completely fail. So the only way to do it, from what the dealer told me, is you either tow it to the dealer or you get it started, drive it to the dealer, and then they hook up an external power source while they're putting a new battery in.
Oh my god. It's bad design.
Oh.
Yeah.
My dad has a 2016 Focus, but it's a manual, and our battery didn't last as long as yours. We changed it a few years ago. But yeah, glad we don't have to deal with that. I know those Focuses. I mean, the transmission itself is ass too. Like, besides that issue, there's so many points of things failing. It's so weird that you don't get your warranty though. It's kind of fucked.
Yep.
Animals.
Now, if there is a recall in the future, possible future, I will get a refund then, but only then.
Yeah.
So,
but until then, $1,100.
Yep, until then, I'm $1,100 in the hole, and I'm playing the waiting game.
Damn. All right, so animals for this week: Ford Motor Company, City of Toronto,
City of Toronto,
or whoever they freaking Maple Leafs or Toronto contracts to put on those stupid things. All right. I guess we don't have a Slaps crazy ass moments because he's dead. We do have the media check-in. What are we watching, playing, listening to? Perhaps, other than will.i.am's F1 song, of course.
Oh, God. One thing I've been getting into is I bought a Blu-ray set, 20 discs of the entire Battlestar Galactica series.
Oh shit! Okay.
So
20
I've been.
discs?
It is 20 Blu-ray discs.
Oh my god.
So I got the first season all on my Plex and watched the first episode. And the first 2 episodes are pretty much movies. They're an hour and a half.
Oh.
And you don't realize, like, remembering this back then, like, you're watching on a standard TV because it was still like, it was around 2003 to 2007 that Battlestar Galactica was going. So you're still on standard TVs, and the VFX, you don't notice it, but on Blu-ray in
Oh, yeah.
1080p,
Yeah.
those VFX do not particularly hold up. But I mean, it's Battlestar Galactica. It's good no matter what the effects are. Just watching that movie, I forgot. It's crazy how much I remember from that first episode, and I haven't watched that series in over a decade. So, really good. I highly recommend, if you haven't watched any Battlestar Galactica, watch the first couple of episodes. You'll dig into it. If you've watched Battlestar Galactica series, you know that the ending's kind of like not that great, but the rest of the series is good.
All right.
They pretty much did like an episode 7 of wherever that HBO series is.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, they pretty
Ever
much
heard of
pulled
it?
a Game of Thrones at the end.
Oh man. Did I talk about Scott Pilgrim on here last week? I don't think I did.
Maybe
think
one
so.
of the first 10 episodes, but
Yeah.
Because I love that movie. I've watched that movie like 30 times. And they announced a while ago that they were doing an anime series on Netflix. I guess like as a longer form thing with the same characters. And I think like a month ago they announced that they're bringing back all of the original cast from that movie from 10 years ago to be the voices in this anime series. And people who have popped off, because like Brie Larson was in that, Aubrey Plaza was in that, Captain America dude was in that, and they're all coming back.
Hell yeah.
Cool. Shout out. And I've been reading the comic books lately. I've been getting back into comic books. I've always been like, not like really into comic books, but I've read a few things, and being able to like display comic books on a vertical 4K screen, fantastic. Huge fan. So I've been going through the original like Scott Pilgrim stuff slowly, and it makes me very proud to be from this stupid little city because it's like one of the only forms of cool media from Toronto.
We've also been doing some garfing.
We garfed a little bit. We got Cozy to play garf card
all night.
Cozy shit on us too. Like he never played anything.
Dude,
he hops in.
Dude, he didn't know what the game was 30 minutes beforehand. We tell him about it. He downloads it and he fucking wrecks our shit.
I cannot believe this guy. He's good at every game. Like
everything.
This was the night of the Coke race last week. He just came off a top 10 in the Coke race, and I was like, "Hey man, you got time after we're playing Garfield card?" He's like, "What?" Buys it for $2 or whatever it was on Steam, and just won immediately. And we've been playing it for like a week, and he just kicked our asses. And I'm like, "Oh my god." He didn't even know what anything did. He like we knew all the tracks and everything too, and he just kicked our asses. Cozy's a beast. But if you can get 8 humans onto Garfield Kart at the same time,
yeah,
it's a good time. It's a little bit janky, but goddamn,
for $2, yes. But
yeah.
No.
I think today's the last day. It's $2 on Steam. So
get it while you can.
Well, this will come out tomorrow, so if you're reading this, it's too late.
Oh, sucks to suck.
Yeah, been getting back into Beam a little bit. Big Beam fan. Updated all the mods to the server, by the way. I'm gonna jump on that later tonight.
Can you talk about your the controller mod you found?
Yeah, I found a mod that makes it's like some dude just coded his own controller inputs, basically, where it'll kind of like make steering easier, so you're not freaking understeering or oversteering all over the place. It'll kind of like smooth your movements. And it drives great. It drifts so much easier on a controller, because I know on a wheel it's always been like kind of easy, but on a controller it's been tough. And the oval racing, it surprisingly drives really good. And there's some dudes who've made like a nice 2013 NASCAR Gen 6 mod. Big fan. I just wish that game had friggin' draft. All right, that's all I've got for media. Anyone else?
I would say I tested that controller setup earlier today. Makes driving experience on controller 10 times better.
Yeah, big fan. It's BeamNG's always been fun to crash in, but now it's fun to just turn laps and just drift. I also found, you may have seen this on Twitter last week, but I found a guy who started porting Mario Kart maps into BeamNG. So he's just got like a ton of maps from a ton of different games. And I was a big Mario Kart Wii guy as a kid, so going and like running the monster truck in Funky Stadium, and he doesn't have Coconut Mall because a lot of the stuff with like moving parts is a little bit tougher to do, but yeah, just like running a trophy truck around Moo Moo Meadows. It's a good time.
You also made that Vargas monster truck.
Oh yeah, that thing did well on Twitter.
Yeah.
Ryan Vargas has always been a big monster truck fan. And I think we're gonna try and get him on some hashtag content soon, trademark. Because I know he wanted to do some monster truck stuff, and I was like, hey man, I can make a monster truck if you want. And he's like, hell yeah. So it took me a little bit to get the hang of putting monster trucks in the game, and I kind of had to make a janky like Tundra, but it worked out.
It looks good.
Crash is good too. That's all that matters. All right. With that, it is time to send them in.
Send in your fucking mail. Wash your fucking hands, slap. Send in your fucking mail. Send them in, guys.
Send them in, guys.
Wash your fucking hands, slap. I don't give a fuck, man. You better send in those emails at this point. Welcome to fan mail. Fan mail. Fan mail. Fan mail.
I don't think anyone has actually figured out where that's from yet. Like, other than the Dr. Dre beat or whatever it is. Maybe one day. All right, I want to thank y'all for sending it in, because we got a lot of emails this week. Remember, if you want to get something answered or read or talked about on the show, send it to ShrimpHoursPresents@gmail.com, and we'll read it.
Send them in, guys.
Send it in. All right, first email comes in from Caleb Hoffman.
No.
Did he
Hoffman
screen
writes,
these? Or did you just count the number?
Who are your top 5 Power Rangers all time? My number 1 is the red one. All right. The next email comes in from Doggo. Big fan. He sent this in on Tuesday, though. Remember, folks, if you want to get it read quick, send them in on Sundays or Mondays.
Yes. Sorry about your Knicks, Doggo.
Yeah, Mondays before 9 p.m. Standard Eastern Time.
Yeah. He says, if you keep up with the NBA, y'all know about the tragedy of Dillon Brooks, who's absolutely failed to be a sustainable villain in the league. From taking the biggest amounts of shit to none other than LeBron James and the dynasty Golden State Warriors, to shooting horrific numbers on the court, to ducking press conferences when the going got tough, to when his 2-seeded Memphis Grizzlies got packed up by LeBron and the 7-seeded Lakers. His story ended today when Brooks' team said they were going to be dropping him off in the offseason, and I quote, under any circumstances where it's most likely he'll be getting ready to learn Chinese. Fucking yikes.
Yeah, he's getting a one-way trip down to China.
We all love to hate or learn to love good villains, but what are some other villains that just get go away heat simply because they objectively suck ass? Give me some trash villains from any sport who can't cash their checks when it matters. Villains who just aren't good enough.
I wish I was prepared for this.
Yeah, give me a minute.
Are you looking stuff up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I got nothing. I'd suck at answering questions like this. Because it's a great question. I probably should have written this down and given us a chance to prepare. But we also didn't know who was going to be on this podcast until about an hour ago. And we started recording 52 minutes ago, so. I'll be honest, I don't know much about basketball or Dillon Brooks. But I trust Doggo.
Doggo was on point with all that. Like he knew, like he knows this shit. So I wish I was prepared for this because I could have probably given like a 30-minute NBA like history report on this. Like,
we can save this for later. Like I can write this down, and when Slap is alive and Ed is alive, we bring it back because it's a good question.
All right, I got mine.
All right.
Anyone know where Rusty might know? Do you know who Ricky Davis is?
Yeah.
So,
Timberwolf. Yeah.
So before LeBron came to the Cavaliers, our best player was Ricky Davis. Which is saying something because he is.
Wait, didn't you have like Larry Hughes back then too? Like, hold on, I forget.
And Carlos Boozer, but he was also in his younger years then.
Okay.
But Ricky Davis was mainly was the main guy.
Yeah. And
his number one contribution to the Cavaliers is when he was trying to get rebounds. I think he was trying to set like a franchise record or just trying to get like a triple double.
I think it was a triple double. Yeah.
What he did was he bounced it off the opposite side's team's backboard and caught it to try to increase his stats. When we were like behind by like 5 or 10 points, he fucking put it up on the backboard to try to get an extra rebound. And
it was obvious.
Yes, and he was a nut job. He was stupid. He wasn't Gilbert Arenas nut job, but he wasn't that great. And
he wasn't like a villain though. He was just like a character. Like,
yeah, but he was a villain when LeBron came in, and he was pissed that he was no longer number one. That LeBron was number one, and retraded his bitch ass somewhere else. So
probably the Timberwolves.
Probably the Timberwolves. But yeah, that's the villain I can think of.
That's good. I might bring that one back up. We'll keep an eye on that one. Because I'm probably gonna like midweek be like, oh shit, and have something ready to go.
Yeah.
All right. Dustin writes in. He says, "Hey Shrimps, last episode you talked about major surgeries. The only major surgery I had was on my ears. I used to get ear infections, so I had to get tubes in my ears a total of 3 times in my life."
Yeah.
Damn. And as far as major injury goes, my one and only year of football, I was jumping on a trampoline and someone landed on my ankle and broke it. I missed the entire football season because of it, but still traveled to the games. Damn. That's the whole email. It's dedication.
The worst injuries that you've guys gotten?
Never broken a bone.
Or surgeries?
Kind of weak.
Broke my nose playing baseball.
Yep.
I was stealing home, in baseball straight to the right side of my face, and it pushed my whole nose like completely the other direction.
Damn.
Most blood you've ever seen in your life. Like I don't know if I told the story, but I was like looking down and it was just dripping into my hands, and I was I was about to drop the F-bomb, and I looked up. It was my best buddy's mom sitting right in the backstop, I'm like, I can't drop the F-bomb with like his mom right there. So I cut off. I don't know if I said F or fruit. I don't remember what it was, but I cut it off. And I remember they brought like an ambulance and everything, and like, you want to go in the ambulance? I'm like, nah, I'm good. And the thing that's crazy was like the first
you don't
time
spend
ever
that
like
money.
Yeah, well, I'm a stupid kid. I don't know about it. I probably could have taken a helicopter ride for all I know. But it was like the first time like nobody in my like family had ever shown up for any of my baseball games, and it was the one time.
No.
So like I forget how it played out, but I was just kind of just sitting there bleeding like with an ice pack, whatever. But eventually got surgery. I don't think it fixed it because I still got like this whole side jacked up. But
yeah, my dad's nose is screwed up from softball.
Yeah, like I like cannot breathe out of like this side of my nose like ever. So it's just like I got if I sound congested, I think that's most of it.
What about you, Seamer?
Well, growing up, I had a couple friends over, were playing outside. This is when I was maybe 4th grade, so pretty young. Outside, and one friend jumped up on our shed, and it was slanted at the time.
No.
Oh no!
And he jumped on, came down, kicked me right in my face. I'm like, cool. I remember I passed out from the kick. I woke up.
Oh shit!
Oh what?
I woke up. I laughed. I cried, and then I passed back out again. And then,
oh my God.
And then, right, this is even the worst part. Coming back inside, laying down on the couch, I just see this big black orb just following where my right eye's going, and I'm like, "What is this? This is new." There was just some like blood just in the back of my head, just chilling from that kick. I had to go to Children's Mercy to go get that taken out.
Oh,
damn.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that could happen.
I was kind of needing glasses already. I needed it after that.
Oh, fuck.
That'll do it to you.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
From someone else falling off a roof.
Yeah, someone kicking me just right in the eye.
Jeez.
Wow. Yeah.
I've never like actually hurt myself bad. I don't think.
I mean, I got
myself,
black eyes from baseball.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've told this story or not, but I was probably around that same age. Like I think like probably like grade 3 or 4, and we went to like my friend had a birthday party. We did something. I forget where the fuck we went. We went somewhere cool, and then we went back to his house, had the cake and whatever. And he had I think I've told this story before. I'm having podcast syndrome. He had these 3-wheeled scooters where it's like a normal scooter with the bar in the front, but it has like a split body, so it's like a big V shape, and you stand like on the rear wheels. Have I told this story? I think I've told this story.
You could have, but it's been a while. I don't remember.
Yeah,
this.
it's been a minute.
Either way, he had this like alleyway behind his house, and it was like it's a little bit janky because it's like pavement. It's not like asphalt. It's like blocks of concrete.
Mm-hmm.
And we bombed down the hill on these fucking scooters. And they were so unstable. You'd think having 3 wheels would be more stable, but you're standing like on where the back wheels are. So I think at the bottom at one point I hit a bump or something, and I just started leaning back and just went all the way down on my back and just got. It was the first time I'd ever been like fully winded by anything. So I was just laying there like. I was like, shit, I can't fucking breathe. There's just no air in my lungs.
Just got knocked out of you.
And the kid's dad was there, and he comes running down the hill. And I feel bad for him because it's like his kid's friends came over and just ate shit on his scooter, and he's like, all right, we're throwing those out. We're throwing these scooters out. We're never taking those ever again. I look back and I'm like, damn. I made this dude throw he had like 3 of these things, throw these scooters out, and I was fine. Not an actual injury. But
yeah, worst thing I can think of is black eyes. Playing basketball, I've definitely jammed a couple fingers or two. One time I did almost break a finger. I had a splint on there for a while.
Yep.
But no, because I mean, other than when I was like 4 years old, I smashed my head into a coffee table. But these things happen.
Yeah.
I did that running into a wall.
Dude, there was like a solid month when I was 4 years old that I was going to the emergency room. I think the first one was hitting my head on the coffee table. Got stitches in that. Then either a week or a couple days later, I decided it would be a great idea to touch the iron.
Yep.
So I went back to the emergency room. While I was at the emergency room to get that treated, I was running around the lobby, fell, slammed my head into the ground, and knocked out a tooth.
Oh my god. It was a baby tooth, right?
Yeah, it was a baby tooth. But for like 5 or 6 years, while I was waiting for that baby tooth to come in, I was missing the tooth the entire time.
I'm sure there's some great photos from that era.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, it was a solid month of emergency room visits, and then that was it.
Then you figured it out.
Yeah. Figured life out.
Next email comes in from Harley Payne, who you may remember sent an email last week. The subject line says, "Okay then." All right. Hey Shrimps, I can guarantee you the start of my list last week was not bait. I just wanted you guys to list 5 things you thought were cool. I should have seen that coming. I'll try to drop the Transformers shit. I can tell y'all aren't fans, and I want my legacy to be more than just lol Transformer question. All right, work on it.
Oh, that legacy is permanent marker.
Nah, no one watches this stupid show.
Now save your questions for when we bring Caleb back, and he's the biggest Transformer fan you'll ever meet, and we can give Caleb like a Transformer segment.
But we're gonna forget, so don't forget to send us an email at the email.
So just in case Caleb is on the show, ask us about Transformers. Yeah, just in case.
Next week.
ShrimpHoursPresents@gmail.com.
Specifically at Caleb. You got to put in the title, "This is for Caleb."
Yeah. Caleb. Yeah.
He says, here's a proper question. What's the number one thing on your bucket list? Thanks for the entertainment value. It's certainly content that can be listened to on the internet and processed with the ears. P.S. Shout out to y'all for having an episode come out on my birthday. Sweet. Also, best wishes to Slap on his surgery. He's dead. But yeah, what's your bucket list item? Number one thing you want to do within your lifetime, no matter what.
I'm not prepared for this, but I'm going to give you something that's like a recent timeline bucket list item. I had always wanted to go to Darlington, and I'm finally making it effing happen this weekend. So we're making it like a big trip. We're going to Darlington, Wilkesboro. So we're going to kind of get
You're lining up Darlington and Wilkesboro Indy 500?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, that's pretty sick. That's a good little trip.
I'm trying to take advantage of it while I can, because it's like I live in the middle of nowhere, and it's like I've always wanted to go to Darlington. So I'm really, really looking forward to see it. I wish I could see the Xfinity race, but we'll be in Charlotte for the UFC fight, as we talked about. But hopefully the Cup race is a banger. But I cannot wait to show up there in the morning and just walk around all of that, because that place has, I think, turned into my top 2 favorite racetracks in the world.
Who else is going to Darlington?
I think Slap might be there with. No, Slap's not going to be there. Nobody's going.
Damn.
It's right. My boy Jay will be there, so I'm looking forward to see Jay for the first time in maybe about 6 months. So we'll have some fun.
Oh yeah.
Since the van, isn't it?
The van.
The RV.
No, I see. No, we were in Phoenix. I forget what else after Phoenix, but yeah, Talladega was fun with Jay.
I'm glad I got to scratch off a bucket list item last year, because as soon as I learned that there was a disc golf course inside Road America, I had to go, and I went, and I'm glad. I don't know if I have anything big lined up. I guess one day I want to be able to see a Leafs playoff game, but I'll need like just fuck you amounts of money until that's possible. my list of wishes now just comprises of, I wish one day I'll have enough money to do so and so, to go to an F1 race, to blow $400 on a watermelon salad or whatever. We'll get there. All right. Next email comes in from Mr. Ass, and he sent in 2 pictures. Damn, hold on.
Hold on.
This is called Moomhead Car Update.
Oh, the Bowman Gray.
The Bowman Gray car.
Yeah.
And
that is
it's
looking
alive. It doesn't have a hood, and the front clip is, barely hanging on, but it exists. Where'd you get these pictures, by the way, Mr. Ass? Are these from a broadcast? This one looks like it's from
could be from
a fan trackside. Nah, but he watermarks his stuff. But yeah, Mr. Ass says it's not doing too good, but still drives.
Yeah,
anyway, appreciate that.
Yeah, that thing finished 12th.
Yeah. Okay.
Got Travis out of the ticket.
What happened to Travis tonight, by the way? Is he not doing Moon Car?
He's still moving in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I figured. Because he just got there like 2 days ago. I imagine he still has a lot of shit to set up.
Yeah, he tested his stream yesterday, I believe. And he was trying to get Moon Car in tonight, which is, if you're seeing this tomorrow, it was yesterday.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, he's still getting the shit set up.
All right. Andrew R., our friend from Down Under, writes in. Subject line flan mail. He says, Arvo all y'all. God save the king because nothing will save the governor general. That's a Commonwealth joke for you Americans. You wouldn't get it. I've been alive long enough to see on telly a 1-2 at Lumar, a 1-2 at Bathurst, and now a coronation. The only thing left is a moon landing and for Denny Hamlin to win a championship so that he can go and live on a farm. Talk about that. What things do the Shrimps need to complete their own personal TV watching bingo card? P.S. We know that Charles is the king because he has the best hat. Just look at Richard Petty. Best hat equals the king. There. I want to see a fucking Blaney championship before I die, but I don't know if that'll happen.
I'm telling you,
that's my
year was
answer.
the year, yeah.
For something I want to see on TV. People on Mars? How about that? I think we'll live to see people go to Mars.
I wish people get on Moon.
What, Rusty?
Fucking asshole.
I'm not going to comment on the Moon stuff, but I wish failure on LeBron every day of my life, and I'm hopeful they lose tonight and go tie up the series 2-2. But I don't know. I maybe see a Wolves. I don't know. I don't know. I got nothing.
What about you, Seamer? Since you already got a championship.
I was about to say I don't know. I've already seen 2 Super Bowls. I don't know what else.
Damn.
What's left?
I want to see the Leafs just make it to the finals again for the first time since '67. All right, next email comes in from Jack, who says, I forgot to send them in the last couple of weeks, so Slap, I'm sorry about your hernia. I hope you feel better. We'll send it to him. Cody, I love the new channel branding. Nice job, DT. Thank you. DT, I got American Truck Sim because of you, and I love it. Hell yeah. Ed, I hope you remain alive. I got bad news. Caleb and Ben, if you're on, I love you guys.
Love you too, man.
And if guest, hi guest.
Hi, hello.
Jack says he's on episode 39 and we'll catch up soon enough. Congrats on the last episode of the show. Thanks.
We'll see you in a couple weeks.
We got another email.
Also, like I do want to say shout out to Cody on the channel change.
Yeah.
Congrats on that. And his first video on there about his life on the road filming for Flow Racing, banger.
Yeah.
If we're on YouTube,
to watch.
If we're on YouTube, I think I can put a thingy right there. I think that links to Cody's video.
If you remember.
Or just look up Cody Hicken on YouTube. He made a cool video that he spent a bunch of time on talking about and showing the experience of what it's like being a cameraman at a dirt track. I know you've heard a lot about the animals on this podcast, but he does a good job showing what it's like. It's really cool. All right, last email comes in a few hours ago from Sanok. Is hello Shrimps and maybe Caleb. Which implies that Caleb It implies that Caleb isn't a shrimp, which is cool. What sponsor do you think has consistently had bad schemes on track? Personally, the Monster Energy Matte Black is rough, minus Herbst throwback. It's true. I actually pointed a couple of them out today because Lumar has also had horrible schemes historically.
Yeah.
Ally has always had garbage, except for the 2 times they let Ryan Williams touch their car. That's all I've got.
I'm trying to think.
I guess the Blackbeard Ally car wasn't bad. It's just weird that they've switched designers like every single year on those Ally cars. But they seem to like what they have, but they also keep changing it up. So I don't know what they're doing, honestly. Because they had Brenda Droppo do one of the cars, then they had Blackbeard, now they have someone else doing it. Bizarre. But that's all for fan mail. Uh-oh.
No, don't do it.
You know what that means. We did make it over an hour tonight with this skeleton crew because everyone's dead.
Everyone's dead.
I did write down a title.
Is it ball pouch?
No.
Oh,
it is
okay.
umbrella in the bush.
All right. I kind of prefer ball pouch though.
I do prefer ball pouch.
Ball pouch is pretty good.
Yeah.
It's just unsolicited speak about ball pouch. Thanks, Slap.
Hopefully he's back next week. I don't think we have a status update, but hopefully he's back next week. If not, he'll eventually be back. That's our boy. We love you, Slap. Get well.
Yep, get well.
His streak has ended. I think he went 40 podcasts in a row. Which is the longest streak of anyone.
He was
and it's
technically
over.
on this podcast.
Yeah, but that's like saying Caleb was on the early ones. All right, either way, it's over. We'll see you never. It's the last episode of this show.
Don't forget to
say bye. See you, Mar. Thanks for being on.
Thanks for having me.
But crazy.